Hey everyone, welcome back to OTCCTV with your girl Shima. Y'all, gold is on one, okay? So very excited to get into this chart. This is going to be our weekly analysis for the week of October 29th, meaning there's only a few more days left in October and we will begin a very brand new month. So first and foremost, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and comment. Let me know what you guys are looking at for gold this upcoming week. And y'all, let's just hop into this chart. As we can see, this is a very strong engulfing candle is what I want to point out. Also, I would like to point out that this engulfing candle has literally engulfed 6 months of candlesticks here. And this is the bodies of those candles, not including the wicks. This is just including the bodies. We have engulfed 6 months of candles. That is very keen here as we are looking to see where price could potentially be going from here. But we did close with a very strong engulfing monthly candle is what I want to say. It is very bullish. Not to mention, if we look in the past, this first run up, as you can see here, this first run up, we had a very strong engulfing candle, but there was nothing here, right? It didn't take anything out. This is an extended, right, push, and this engulfing candle, which is already from an extended situation, okay? Keep mindful of that. It's important to understand when the engulfing candle shows up is all that I'm trying to point out for right now. Just as this engulfing candle, right? There's a nice downswing here for 7 months, and this engulfing candle took out 3 months, 3 bodies of candles. It engulfed rather those 3 bodies of candles, right? So that was a push off. It sent us way up here, right? From that. So now we've had an even shorter decline with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles here. And then boom, this engulfing candle that literally engulfed all of those candles. I personally just will not take that lightly. All right, so let's head over to the weekly. So as we can see here on the weekly, we are also very bullish. Price has pushed up. Of course, we know eventually we can get a pullback, right? Nothing runs up forever. But again, this is also very bullish. I guess I can delete some of these markings so we can see something, even though I'm gonna have to go back and put them back in. We have pushed out of this supply zone that we had in here. Of course, there's another supply zone above that, but that was a key supply zone at a moment as we see that price for a minute couldn't break it. Right here, that is a break of structure in a sense, and that is where price fell beneath at a time and then couldn't cross it. Came back to it a few times and couldn't cross, and we just declined. Now we hit it and then we passed over it, right? So that would give us a break of structure right there, which is something we want to pay attention to as we're looking for potential pullbacks, right? That is 1984, which would be a potential pullback. We do see a 2016 where we could potentially push up if we open with a gap up or if we open with some more upside. 2016 would be a level, 2016 would be a level that we can see here on the weekly, which based on these candlesticks over here, we have a nice clean resistance right there. So we want to keep that in mind moving into next week. But again, we are still very bullish. So let's drill on down to our daily. Here quickly on the daily, you can see where if we look to the left, where price has just crossed some consolidation here. Right here, some consolidation, and price is just where these lines are right here. Price is right there. So technically we have basically just crossed over that consolidation, which is potentially why we can see a little bit more upside because we have conquered that area. So we can see some upside, but then some pullback to that area before further upside. But regardless of the case, as I always say, we just wait on price action, right? We let price action get to a certain level of interest see how price reacts to that area, and then we can respond with a position, right? So daily is bullish as well. A nice bullish candle here. We closed at 2006. Price, the low of the day was 1977 and the high was 2009. Major push here. I'm gonna throw a trend line right there from up top here, because this is the trend line that has actually from here, but this is the trend line that has been holding. I have it on another chart, and I've also posted it on Twitter, but this was a trend line that price just held all last week. It started on last Tuesday. I believe this is from Tuesday all the way to Friday. This trend line is what held the entire time. But nevertheless, let's hop into a few levels, see where price could potentially pull back to. Off top, that first line that we see here at that 1984, we can see a pullback there. So this is basically where, you know, price got its legging here at 1984. And looking at those other candles too, 1981. So 1981 to 1984, we can see some pullback to. Also, again, this first level, 1994, because this is another area of some, it's a smaller supply zone in there that I found whenever I found it. But again, these pink lines are levels that I had found in the chart. I don't know exactly which day. It looks like 1984. If we look right over to this area here, there was some resistance there. And then, yeah, this is an area of where it was some resistance. So that is why we have those levels in place. But also for that further upside, as I said, first we have that 2016, and then 2023, 2034, and so on and so forth. But our first levels would be this 2016. That is something that I would like to see what price does if we push to that zone first. Since again, we're pushing out of all of this supply zone area. 2016 would be a nice target there. And then also, don't forget the psych level though. 2010 is a psych level. It's one of those round numbers that people will look at, which we see that price fell back from at 2009. So it's right at that 2010, right? So those are those psych levels that will, you know, produce like that type of pullback. From further downside, even this 1997, that would be a nice pullback there. 1997, and then 1994. If we break that, then again we can see this 1984. If we break that, so on and so forth, right? So upside, we want to look at that 2010 and then 2016, and then to the downside, we want to see this 1997. But of course, we would need to break the 2000 level first, because again, another psych level. So just some things for you to keep in mind as we move into next week. Again, I'm one of those traders that I just like to wait on price action. So whatever price action gives me, that is what I like to trade off of. I'm not super bullish. I'm not super bearish. Overall, I think price is extended, but at the same time, this was anticipated. This is what gold was waiting to do. Look, someone did the math on Twitter, and it was supposedly 56 days of this downtrend, of this parallel channel that price was in, and it took only 9 days to break out of that, or the breakout was 9 days that just basically took over those 56 days, right? So, and this was like, you know, now a few days ago, so you have to redo the math. But my point is, this was a major push from that level. So although we would like a pullback, a really nice strong pullback, I'm not sure when it'll show up, right? Price would need to break certain levels to give us that. I mean, for starters, this 1964 is very strong. 1964 would need to be broke, and we need to hold it, right? And I'm talking back down to here to 1933, right? So those are just, you know, it's how we have to wait on price action. That's it. We have to wait on price action. So thank you for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. Be sure again to drop some comments. Let me know what you all are looking at in the charts, some levels you are looking to see as well. And as always, stay focused, stay determined. And y'all, we're just gonna do what? We're gonna keep trading. We're gonna get to where we need to get to by staying focused, y'all. So I love y'all, and that's all I got. Peace.